Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Chinta Academy, I warmly welcome you to the final project presentation of Chinta Leadership Program 2025. Today, we present a leadership journey that brings together culture, sustainability, entrepreneurship, and data driven decision making. The project we are about to witness is titled Alankrita. Alankrita is a sustainable handmade jewelry brand rooted in traditional craftsmanship from rural West Bengal, founded with a strong commitment to artisans, ethical practices, and cultural preservation. So, like now, we have with us Rudvik, Iram, and Kripa. Also, we have with Gurnur. She is not present today, but four of them has contributed their time and a lot of effort to this particular project. So let's hear from them what was their journey and what is this project all about. So Rudvik, it's up to you.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Ruthvik. I'm in 11th grade, and I'm in Hyderabad. Um, so I think we can start with the brand introduction for Alankrita. Yeah. So Alankrita is a sustainable and handmade jewelry brand which was founded in 2016 by Saheli Kundu Chakravorty. And this brand, we're dedicated towards preserving traditional techniques for creating jewelry from rural West Bengal while also promoting sustainability, which is especially important in today's world. And by working with local artisans, Alankrita not only supports the continuation of this craftsmanship, but we were also able to empower rural communities by the creation of employment opportunities. And our dedication to sustainability is reflected in our use of eco-conscious materials and minimizing waste in our production process. Next slide. Yeah. So as part of our project, we defined three main goals. The first being to empower local artisans in rural West Bengal and help them thrive while simultaneously promoting our brand. The next goal was to create sustainable and ethical jewelry without compromising on beauty through the use of our highly skilled artisans. And finally, most importantly, we wanted to celebrate India's diverse cultural heritage and keep centuries old traditions alive while crafting exquisite jewelry pieces for today's modern women. Unfortunately, we faced some major business problems. The first one being finding skilled laborers which were able to maintain the traditional and intricate craftsmanship that were required to help the brand thrive and which defined Alankrita's main identity. And as demand for Alankrita continues to grow, this gap in artisan availability would restrict our production and our consistency to deliver products to customers. And secondly, Alankrita, we also faced a limited online presence, which made it hard to grow digital brand recognition and strengthen our visibility on social media. Uh, and these two things are very important for Alankrita's long-term growth as a jewelry company. Now, moving on to the proposed solutions for these business problems. The proposed solution would focus both on strengthening the artisanal foundation as well as enhancing Alankrita's digital visibility. So, first, we wanted to identify as well as onboard a few skilled artisans onto our team with the long term intention of building a dedicated artisan hub, which we'll talk about later. And alongside this, structured digital visibility strategy is also required by the use of consistent social media posting, regular content updates, as well as storytelling. Furthermore, we also need a user friendly website redesign, which is central to this strategy.
Hi, I'm Kripa from Grade 9, Purulia, West Bengal. So, this is mainly the marketing and branding. So, our goal was to celebrate the traditional build with a strong connection with customers, and we just need to boost engagement with customers and build a visibility trust. So, we just started with the campaign was designed about Durga Puja, where uh, where it's a time where there was a cultural emotion and buying was an intent peak at the Bengal. So we just started with the campaign designing around. We made posters for Durga Puja festive posters, and next comes the color palette where we created a cultural connection with the audience, where each and every design reached to the heritage warmth and tried to explore something from different states or different roots of India. So we also tried we also tried with the social media presence where we made reels in Instagram, Facebook, and etc. where we need to boost our sales and engagement with customers. So finally, our campaign successfully combined traditional values with digital creativity and helping the brand and giving our customers connection and enhance visibility and trust.
This is Sayyeda Iram Roshan, and I am about to speak on the registrations of sales at Alankrita. A sales register is used to record all the details of each scale, such as the customer's name, the product purchased, quantity, price, and date. This data is organized in a systematic manner to maintain accuracy and clarity. By maintaining a proper sales register, Alankrita can easily track revenue, identify popular products, and analyze overall sales performance. It also ensures financial transparency and helps in making informed business decisions. In the next slide, which is the raw data and clean data, this slide shows both raw and this slide shows that the raw data contains complete sales records, but it is unorganized and difficult to analyze. While by cleaning, this data becomes structured, accurate, and easy to understand. This makes sales analysis and decision making more effective. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, moving on to data cleaning. So, from what we observed from the data that we gathered using the sales register, we saw that the raw sales data would often arrive in unstructured formats. There were missing fields, lots of spelling errors, and there were a lot of duplicate entries. So, in order to clean this, we first standardized product names and we categorized products under four main parameters, which we defined as the product's art form, product type, its color, and the product itself. So the standardization enabled consistent and meaningful analysis of the data. Now moving on to the next main step, which is data analysis. So we analyzed the 2025 Alankrita sales data in order to understand the performance over our collective products as well as preferences which customers had. Um, the data we it had the categories of product types, art forms, the quantities of that product sold, and the total revenue which we earned from these different products. So after cleaning and organizing the data to ensure consistency, we were able to create graphs and scatter plots as well as pivot tables, which further made analysis for us easier and allowed us to identify key trends. Um, we were able to identify the best selling products, items which earned a lot of revenue, and patterns across different art forms. Um, Furthermore, we were also able to observe changes in demand, trends, as well as seasonal behavior, which gave us more insight into how the brand performed over time. Yeah, so here we have examples of different types of analysis we did. So on the left, this is a bar graph which shows the number of units which are being purchased for each product and how much revenue they earn. So we can see which products earn the most revenue, which would allow us to make business decisions as to what products to purchase more. And also on the right, we have a scatter plot which shows the product type versus color, um, which also gives us key insights into the production process. And one more bar graph we have here is the sum of the number of units versus product, which again shows um, how many units are being purchased of each product, which once again can help us shape our business decisions for at Alankrita. Now moving on to the summary of findings for the 2025 data. So first, uh, from the sum of number of units versus product bar graph and pivot table, we saw that bangles had the highest number of units sold at 153. Following these were choker sets at 126 and earrings at 92. And in terms of revenue, we saw that while bangles were leading in terms of the number of units sold, choker sets generated the highest revenue at around 26K, while necklaces generated around 17K and earrings generated about 15K. Um, from our color analysis, we saw that black is the most dominant color, and it's used in about 72% of Alankrita's products, which can indicate a strong consumer preference for this specific color. And colors like white, gold, yellow, and blue appear more moderately in Alankrita's products, and they can appeal to regional or festive preferences. We also saw that in terms of the product type, hand painted and embroidery at 80 and 50 units sold respectively were the most dominant product types when referring to variety. Um, Alankrita's 2025 sales, we've already seen an increase of around 1.74%, which may seem very minimal, but this was only till the month of September in 2025, which shows that there's still more room to grow for this year. And this already shows an upward trend for Alankrita's sales, which we intended to achieve. Um, and also this year we saw notable increases in sales, especially in the months of August and September, which can be attributed to an intensified social media campaign, which led to an increased online visibility for Alankrita. Now moving on to logo and watermark designing. We designed a new logo for Alankrita, which we can see in the image on the left. And the color palette which we used in this logo reflects the brand's sustainability and key values. And it helps our logo stand out both digitally in terms of social media as well as printed formats. And the goal of this logo and watermark design was to create something which feels professional, recognizable, and which can be used for packaging as well as social media to give Alankrita its own unique identity. Yeah. Um, so now moving on to product designing. So here we see different categories of products. So on the left, there's toiletry, followed by phone cases and bags. So what we did is we analyzed what types of products Alankrita's consumers were most interested in, and we applied Alankrita's sustainability values to design products for these consumers using the help of artificial intelligence tools as well as online tools such as Pinterest. And the goal was to um, think of ways in which Alankrita could expand its brand into different types of products to create more um, consumer, more consumers for Alankrita. Um, and As part of our effort to support as well as grow Alankrita, we also took on the task of writing blogs which reflect the brand's roots, values, as well as our vision. And we don't base these blogs just solely around promoting products, but we also want to shine light on the voices of rural artisans in West Bengal, like Saheli, and also to build a deeper connection between both the jewelry as well as the customers who wear it. And through this thoughtful and authentic storytelling, our main goal was to help Alankrita reach not just markets, but also hearts and create a personal impact on each individual customer. Okay. Now moving on to the artisan hub creation. So Alankrita rented a small artisan hub, which was like a compact apartment space, which served both as a dedicated workspace for artisans as well as a physical location for customers to interact and purchase products. So the effect that this artisan hub was that it boosted both our online and offline sales. Offline sales being during festive seasons by catering to local buyers who preferred in-person shopping rather than buying digitally, and it was also able to foster trust in the community, and it allowed Alankrita to hire more skilled artisans, which enhanced both online and offline presence and increased its visibility as a top jewelry seller. Okay. So moving on to website designing and critiquing. So as part of the qualitative analysis, we identified some weaknesses in Alankrita's website, which were targeted for specific improvements, which some of the issues are listed here. So first, we wanted more aesthetic design consistency with the website, which included specific fonts, colors, and the overall website's layout. We also removed animations or clutter, which we felt was unnecessary and took up space on the website, which we could add more meaningful things. We also designed a clear and simple navigation menu and structure, which highly would benefit our customers digitally. We also implemented mobile and desktop responsiveness for consumers who are shopping both through phones as well as laptops, so for all types of devices. We also identified certain errors in the login and card systems, which were tweaked and then tested for smooth checkout process. And finally, we removed some broken links and buttons, which further cluttered the website. Yeah, so moving on to future prospects for Alankrita. So what we plan to do is we continue to perform analytics of our sales data, which will help us guide our product design as well as future marketing decisions. We also aim to further improve the website with things like better filters, smoother navigation, as well as enhanced visuals. Um, in the future, we also want to expand into professional product photo shoots, which can help, especially in terms of digital visibility and social media, and also to improve the AI jewelry try on feature, which we have on our website, where users can try on jewelry to see how well it suits them. And we also want to introduce new designs into our collection, gift hampers, as well as specific packaging unique to Alankrita, which can strengthen our brand's visibility and customer experience. Now, finally, a conclusion of this entire project. So we feel that as part of this project, we have significantly boosted Alankrita's growth in several different ways. For starters, through the use of uh, analytics of our aesthetics through sales data, we were able to align our product visuals with preferences of customers, which improved their appeal as well as overall sales. And the redesigned website also enhanced our user experience and was able to address specific usability and technical issues. The creation of an artisan hub streamlined production and It also helped massively in our offline sales by allowing us to connect with local customers. Furthermore, through design initiatives such as product photography and logo creation, we were able to build a strong and unique brand identity. And while a further social media presence also expanded our reach globally through campaigns as well as giveaways. And as a whole, these efforts have established a strong foundation for Alankrita's future as a culturally rooted, digitally empowered brand, and the future for Alankrita looks bright. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rudvik, Iram, and Kripa, for this comprehensive and inspiring presentation. To summarize, first point is like the data-driven insights guided product and marketing decisions. They have worked on it. They have also worked on the brand identity, which was strengthened through decisions and storytelling method. Also, the sales got improved, and the artisan hub also was created. So it directly had a very direct impact on the business. So these are the really good work in this particular project. So thank you so much, Rutvik, Iram, and Kripa to join this session and talk with us about it. Thank you so much. I wish all the very best for your future. And also, like, if you have any questions, please put it in the comment section. So we will be really happy to answer your questions. And if you want, like, if you are curious about Chinta's leadership project, please go to chinta.com, and there you will find every key details about Chinta's leadership program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.